Okay guys, so a couple of things here. If you were not able to complete all of the tests, don't panic. If you did complete all the tests, this is still valid for you. One of the things that's in your Properties and Compounds lab in Google Classroom is an observations video. Okay, I did the lab, I filmed it all. I used a digital thermometer for all the solubility tests. Okay, everything is really accurate if you want to confirm your data. Which is probably not a bad idea. Okay, confirm your data, watch that video, okay, just to make sure your data kind of agrees with mine. If it doesn't, then there were mistakes made along the way, and that can happen. Okay, it's not a big deal, but this will help to make sure you have the right data for the analysis. Okay, so for the analysis part, okay, obviously here are all of your unknowns. They are listed in the materials. So what you need to do in the analysis is look at the observations you made and see which one fits with these identities. All right, so, and I think we talked about that on Friday a little bit, right? If I'm looking at, something that was highly acidic, we know that highly acidic compounds are usually ionic. They usually contain hydrogen as the metal, and we want to be looking through our unknowns to see if anything fits that bill. If it does, then that's what we would write as the identity for compound, whatever it is. Okay, everybody follow me there. So that's how the analysis will work, okay? And then for your conclusion, okay, at the bottom, right, so analysis goes in there, so you tell me whether it's ionic or molecular. Again, the conductivity test tells you that, okay, right in your compound identities. For your conclusion, copy and paste your hypothesis, and then, based on your observations, and talk about them, right? So in our in the observations, it was found that, all compounds that were ionic conduct electricity, whatever. Talk about some of your data, okay? And can you accept or reject your hypothesis based on what you were able to do here? Were you able to figure out an identity for everything? Okay, if you were, if everything did have unique physical properties, okay, you didn't have any two of your unknowns that were alike, then you can confirm your hypothesis, or you can accept your hypothesis, okay? And I don't think anybody would have had any observations that had two things with exactly the same set of observations. Right? For your evaluation, 2 sources of error. We talked about one of them on Friday. Okay? Make sure you list those and ways to improve them. Now, suggestion for you. This isn't due until a week from today. All right? Have I given you lots of big, juicy hints all the way along for this? Are they recorded somewhere where you could hear them again? Yes. I would advise listening to those things again. Not obviously in their entirety, but there's just parts where it's probably advisable to listen, okay, to me talking about the hypothesis or talking about how to do the analysis. Okay, I always tell people you're in your best interest if you just got that on in the background. You don't necessarily have to be watching it, just hear it, okay, while you're working on your lab report. Okay, rather than do the whole lab report, then go back and go, crap, I got to do it all over again. Okay, listen to the part that talks about the hypothesis when you're working on that. Okay, listen to the part that talks about the analysis when you're working on that. Okay, that can be really, really helpful. All right, are there any questions on the expectations? Okay, so this is the document that will be turned in on Google Classroom by 8:35 Monday morning. Okay, it has to be turned in by then. If it's not, it will be considered late. Okay, so make sure that you get that done. Okay. Right.
How much did you say we lose if it's late?
30%. Okay, like I've already been marking my first set of physics labs. Okay, they came in this morning, and I'm already about halfway through the first class. Okay, so I try and keep things organized to try and get it all done. Okay, people submitted early. Sometimes I start looking at them already. Okay, but they'll get turned around, and we'll be going over them the next day. Okay, so next Tuesday we'll be going through your lab reports. Right? Any other questions there? All right, so we got about 5 minutes left. If you want to mask up again, talk to your group members, maybe start thinking about what's what. Start doing the analysis a little bit. Probably not a bad idea. Okay, 2 heads, 3 heads are better than 1 usually. Okay.